Yo, people, episode 11 of Baehelpsports. Brentford FC 2, Chelsea FC 2. Where do we start? I'm at a point now where, it's the norm. I go into these games knowing, okay, I'm sticking on someone after this. I wanna make videos going into these games or after the games like, yo, we smoked them. What a performance. Ziggy's we over there. Header, outside the box, left foot, right. I want to be gassing up my team, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't like the fact that I'm going into these games and I'm like, oh, we're losing, we're drawn, we've dropped points. If we drop points, that's a loss to me anyway. So we've dropped points, a loss. And I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. I'm already hating the players. I'm getting into it with people on Twitter. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, and I've got to make a video and edit it and post it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't enjoy this. This was meant to be, it's therapy at the end of the day. Do you know what I'm saying? I do vent a lot of my frustrations on there. I do walk around the street a happier man, if I do say so myself. But, bro, some positivity would be nice. I don't know fake Mickey Mouse toxic positivity that this fan base do. Real positivity. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I remember the days where I'd watch, no matter how bad we were on the league, I'm watching Hazard and I'm like, yeah, we've got the best player in the league. The best player in the country plays for us. I'm watching him every week. Moments of magic, no matter what. Even after games, when I look at these comps that you man make, you play FC merchants making these comps, and are they really worthy of these comps? I'm watching it and I'm just like, what am I watching it? And on top of that, you played awful. I don't know why, posting a couple man's touches here and there isn't making, do you know what I'm saying? You're not fooling anyone. I'm not falling for your delusion. But, alas, where do we start? Black John Terry, you guys told me. Give him the captain band, you guys told me. Booker T. de Sassy doing spinneronis in the box. Can you dig it, sucker? I'm thinking, what going for you? And this is the guy you man were telling me is the Black John Terry, though. Oh, CP, you're so negative. Give some players some praise. He had that game against Man City. I said, okay, now that I know you're capable of these performances, I would like to see this on a consistent basis. Because I know what you're capable of doing. No, CP, you're so negative. He came out himself after the game and said, yeah, you man, calm down. Chelsea are not back. After the City game, Chelsea are not back. Calm down, you man. Obviously, I played good. We're not back. He told you out of his own mouth. What does that tell you? But no, I'm negative for not saying this guy's Black John Terry and he shouldn't wear the captain armband. But alas, stupid mistake at the back for the first goal. But he wasn't the only one. Enzo Fernandez loses the ball. Boom. Doesn't track back, calling me surprised. This guy is getting to the point now where we got to cut our losses. Big salute to Poch as well. Shout out to Poch for dropping him, taking him off. And we was actually a better side when he come off the pitch. Calling me surprised once again. He's like, it's almost like the things I say actually happens. Wow, who would have thought? Someone who invests so much time into watching this shit show, who has seen successful teams built up representing this badge, that I can call it out when I see drivel. I don't have agendas. I call a square, a circle, a circle. If you play shit, I'm going to call you shit. There's no hate. It's no hate. It's not personal, Enzo Fernandez. It's just the truth. I call it how it is. When you balled out, you had a good game against Aston Villa. The caption on my video, because everyone says I've got agendas. The caption on my video is wonderful performance, Enzo. What more do I have to say here? I give credit when it's due. But we're going to start from the top. So when the team sheet came out, we've done a back three thing. Something that I've been saying for quite a while, we need to move to a back five. And a lot of people on Twitter were running around saying we need to move to a back five. We did a back five thing. Chilwell left wing back. Sean Paul Gusto right wing back. Chalobah starting. What's going on? Why is Chalobah getting bare minutes all of a sudden though? Why going for that? You was nowhere to be seen the whole season. You've been on the way out, forcing a move. Now all of a sudden you're back playing regularly. And coincidence, this is how I look at it. City game, it's 1-0 clean sheet, you come on, we concede. Liverpool game, you come on, we concede. Leeds, we concede 2. Brentford, we concede 2. Now, I'm not no rocket scientist. I'm not no tactical. I'm not an expert. But it don't take rocket science to know that you're shit. You shouldn't be playing for us. You're not good. But we move. We move. So, everyone's complaining now. Oh my God. Why is Modric not starting? Oh my God, sports, Modric, what the hell? This isn't fair. Every time he starts, Alright, cool. Every time he scored a goal, he has been benched. Now I'm going to give you the results of those games where he has scored and when he got benched afterwards. So, he scored against Arsenal, was benched against Spurs. We won that game. He scored against Crystal Palace and was benched for Luton. We won that game. He scored against Fulham and was benched for Wolves. We lost that game. He scored against Crystal Palace. I feel like this is off. Let me go. I'm going to press pause. I'm going to go check my stats and I'm going to come back. Because I'm not you know what I'm trying to say? We don't do pretty content here as well. You know what I'm saying? It's very organic, very natural. So I'm going to press pause. I'm going to check the stats and I'm going to go back. In case I do something wrong, everyone's in the comments, CB was wrong, I like to keep... If I'm going to state stats, I'm not a statico. I'm not a tactico. But if I'm going to state some stats, I would like to be factual. So be right back. So then now, I apologize for this. Usually, you know, I'm a statico. I can just shit out stats out of my brain. You know what I'm trying to say? Rattle them out of my brain. I'm a little human encyclopedia when it comes to the football knowledge. But I don't pay attention to, and I say this respectfully, absolute scrubs. Why should I focus on the meaty players? You know what I'm saying? No one's shitting out, I don't know, Højbjerg stats. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Or Sebastian Haller stats. Or whatever randoms, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not for that. I can tell you real baller statistics. Anyway, I say all of that to say, you scored against Fulham, you got benched for Burnley, we won that game, the Burnley game. You scored against Arsenal, we dropped points in that game. You had Spurs next, you got benched, we won that game. You scored against Crystal Palace, we had Luton next, we won that game. You scored against Newcastle, we lost 4-2 to Wolves. So going into this game, 3 out of 4 games that you got benched after scoring, we've won. So I don't want to hear all this mental gymnastics. Oh my gosh, Modric's not going in. The reason he didn't start in my opinion, which was valid, is because you was awful in the second half. You had a good first half. Remember, we played a championship side, guys. Guys, come on, guys. Be serious, guys. We was playing a championship side. I expect you to get a goal in or look good. You cost 88 million of the King's pound. Do you get what I'm trying to say? He gets a goal, second half non-existent. Shows exactly why you don't play regularly. It shows why you don't complete 90 minutes. But we gave you those 90. And you was awful. We had to sub in the best players to get a game out of this and get a last minute goal. Shout out to Gallagher, who gets no credit whatsoever. Guys will celebrate. Guys were complaining that we won the game. Even though all we have to play for this season is the FA Cup. Which leads me to this game here in particular. In terms of the Premier League right now, how I'm looking at it is, this is vibes. This is who's determined who's staying longer in the club. Who belongs to be at the club for any longer. You guys can't point the fingers at Sterling this time because he weren't playing. We had a back 5 to protect Enzo. All the Enzo sections were on my line first 20 minutes of the game. Oh, you watching this? Oh, system's perfect for him. I just bookmarked. I didn't say a word. Didn't respond. Bookmark. Keep scrolling. Oh, bookmark. Let's see. Let's talk later. I go back at the end of the game. Tweets are deleted. New to sing. You man are funny guys, man. These Enzo sexuals. So now, Enzo, another awful performance. Immobile. What's new? And I even feel like it's getting to a point where I feel like I'm picking on him. And I'm not. I'm not trying to do that. I don't hate the guy. I salute you. You've achieved a lot of things as a 22-year-old man. You know what I'm saying? You've moved your family to Europe. You've secured lifetime payment, generational payments for your family. You've won a World Cup for your country. Do you know what I'm saying? You're a respectable young man. You're doing well for yourself. Salute. Now, but the moment you step in that square pitch, do you get what I'm trying to say? The moment your feet the studs touch the grass. I'm not looking at you, judging you on your character and whatever person you are. I'm judging you specifically on how you contribute to my team. I would love for you to be a great player. It does me more good than harm if you're good because it benefits my team. Unfortunately, you are not good. Now, no disrespect to you. I'm sure you work at on your game daily. I struggle to understand. I would love to just have a sit down with whoever represents Enzo or him himself. We can bring a translator, you name it, bro. I want to understand how you train on a weekly basis. You're 22 years of age. You're in your physical prime. Why can you not run? Why are you always tired after the 50th minute? Why do you leave Caicedo alone in one versus 3 duels every week? Explain this to me. Why are you overweight? Why have you the only good you've been at the club for a year now? You've played under 4 managers: Graham Potter, Bruno Saltador, Lampard, Pochettino. 4 managers, multiple different systems. The only good games you've had is against Leicester, who got relegated that year, and a 1-1 draw at Liverpool first game of the season. I don't understand why you get the praise that you get given. Not saying you don't deserve it. Well, I am saying you don't deserve it. Do you plan to do better? Is this what to expect from you moving forward? We can't keep blaming the management, Enzo Fernandez. You're not that guy. It is what it is. So now, my objective hat is on. Clearly, the next steps should just simply be, let's cut our losses. Let's buy some replacements. Let's move forward. But we won't do that because at Chelsea FC, every player we signed is world class. And it's all the manager's fault and not the players. Do you know what it is? As a team, our culture, we've always been just getting rid of managers because we actually had a good squad. Di Matteo himself said he didn't coach the players for that Champions League run in 2012. The players were leading their own team talks. That just shows the side. Mourinho got sacked. They won two titles, Champions League semi-finals and stuff. Mourinho gets sacked. Avram Grant comes in. They go to a Champions League final and an FA Cup final, lead the title by a point. Scolari comes in. They're challenging for the title. Semi-finals of the Champions League. Ancelotti comes in. Well, blitzing the title, double FA Cup double. You know what I'm saying? Champions League was kind of poor. Di Matteo, Andre Villas-Boas comes in. These guys are even old at this point. It's not clicking. He gets sacked. They bring in an interim manager, and them man take over the thing themselves. So when you look at the old guard, you man are like, oh yeah, we just ship managers off his calm. The players were good. They were actually good. It's not the same circumstances anymore. And when everyone understands that, the quicker we can move forward on improving the squad. That's all it is for me. Chilwell. Oh my God. Hall of shame. You stank. What's new though? Like, since you've come in, how I'm looking at it, you could say, oh yeah, results have been better. You're not the same player that you used to be prior to your injuries. It's no hate on you. You've been a fantastic servant of the club. You're a European winner. Every time you play, I'm singing the Ben Chilwell European Cup song. Like, you got respect. You've definitely got my respect, but you're finished. And it's okay. The first step is acceptance. The fact that you walk around with the captain's armband just goes to show the massive incompetence of the directors. And the fact that you are only left back saves you a lot. You are better than Maatsen. Maatsen doesn't have the physicality to play in the league. I ain't seen enough from Lewis Hall to say you're my out-and-out starting left back. Cucurella stinks. So you are our only left back. But you're not good enough. And it's a shame. It's a shame. You ain't got it going forward no more. You can't beat your man. You can barely control a ball. You have no awareness. Your positioning is terrible. Like, we can get into it. You're not a good player anymore. It's okay though. Once again, do we count our losses? No, we probably don't. We signed him to a new contract. He's our vice captain. He's one of the few Englishmen in the squad. So we're stuck with you. And it kills me. But once again, you got a point upstairs. To the Win Stanleys, to the Lawrence Stewarts, to whoever else is part of that. I don't even want to name these scrubs. They're irrelevant to me right now. Caicedo, once again, doing the free players' jobs. Gallagher, Jesus Christ, you are awful. You're awful. It kills me that you have probably been outside of... I think Caicedo's actually been our best midfielder for a while now. But objectively speaking, you have had a way better season than Enzo Fernandez. Gallagher, you're not a good player. I call this out now. You're a hard worker. Once again, the issues that we have with our squad, it puts us in a situation where you basically have to play because of the off-ball work you do to protect Enzo, etc. But you're the only type of dog profile in midfield because we ain't got no hard-working runners in midfield. So you play, but you are not a good player. You've had a better season than Enzo, which just shows how bad Enzo is. But you're awful when you showed it again today. What do you even do other than run? What do you even do? You pull out an amazing finish. I'm looking at that finish you done at Leeds the other day. Oh my gosh. I watched that video. I said the technique, the strength, the finish. My word. The turn. My word. What a goal. And then you come out and do this bullshit a couple of days later. Are you taking the mick? And you know what's so fucked? Him, Enzo, you name it. The Sterlings, the Chilwells, all these guys I'm naming right now. Disasi, Booker T. No matter what performances they drop, they are playing because the squad is so bad. There's no merit in this team. There's no, oh my gosh, I need to play better. There's no consequences if you have a bad game. You guys play consistently every week, and it's an absolute joke. Especially that performance you put down, Gallagher. You're an absolute scrub. You are not good. And if you have an issue with that, come and talk to me about it. We're going to have a conversation on how you are not Chelsea level. I think you shouldn't be sold. You're a squad player at best. You shouldn't be an out-and-out starter, getting unchecked, dropping stinkers. You drop a stinker in the final. You're playing, okay, you got benched for a couple of minutes. You get a winner. That cool, redeeming yourself. You turned the corner. It's just a bad game. No, clearly not, though. You stank again. Jackson, the only player I've ever seen tackle himself while doing stepovers. And it's fucked. Because last episode, I literally just said he's a good footballer. As a footballer, you're good, you're techie, you're cold, you got the zinky mizwinkies. But you're trying to force the ziggy for the sake of what though? Nothing. You get a chance through on goal, you're bottling it, coming like Fernando Torres. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Scored a great header, salute to you, 8 goals in a season, boop, boop. But are we being serious here? You're awful. Once again, this is the thing. All of these players, he's going to start next week. Do you know why he's going to start next week? Because we've got Nkunku's injury prone, who ain't going to change nothing. Telling the truth. And it's you. We have no striker. Unless we're going to start wheeling out David Washington. It's an absolute joke. All these players, they play unchecked. Speaking of playing unchecked, and literally gets unchecked by the whole fan base, Cole Palmer's been awful for a month. We're going to have that conversation. And I think you're our best player. You've stank all month. You've had one goal in the league from open play in 2024. And that was in the 4-2 loss against Wolves, by the way, in case you guys were wondering. So realistically speaking, you ain't even won us no games. You had that penalty against Fulham. What the fuck are you doing? You also missed some bad chances in the Carabao Cup, got away with it. No one mentioned shit. If it was Mason Mount, it would have been crashes though. Well, let's crash it on our Champions League winners though. This is a common theme that we do in this club. Oh, Jorginho shit, he's not better than Enzo, even though we had a 4-1 man of the match performance. Both of these players, Enzo played in midfield, Jorginho played in midfield against Newcastle. Both of them results ended in 4-1. One of them had a man of the match, the other guy got hooked because he played fucking shit. And it's the same thing though. This is how it works with this club. It's an absolute joke. But you man crash it on him. Oh, Jorginho's not good enough. Enzo's clear. This and that. Oh yeah, Mudrik's better than Werner. Oh, Palmer's better than Mount. Wow, what's this obsession with just shitting on European winners? Guys that have actually proven themselves in this league. That have done things for themselves. I don't understand this. Maybe I'm the bad guy. Maybe I'm deluded. Enlighten me. I don't understand it at all. Now, in terms of the manager situation, because everyone's running around with a Poch out thing. And I get asked a lot, are you Poch out? Are you Poch in? I'm neither. I troll with the trust the Poch stuff because you guys run around with trust the process. I don't think Pochettino is a terrible coach. He's average at best. I've seen what he's done in his previous work with Southampton, what he's done in his previous work with Tottenham. He is a floor raiser. You can kind of see that with Palmer growing into the game. You could say there's some improvement with Mudryk. Our attack's definitely more fluid than it was last season. Our defense is the worst defense we've had in the 21st century. And it just shows that how much we've lost our identity, because the identity of Chelsea is being a good defensive side. Everything else comes after. We build with the defense. We don't have that no more. And it just shows how we're dead as a club. it literally goes from there. Like, so I look at the pot situation, and if I'm being honest with you, if he doesn't win the FA Cup, I think he gets sacked at the end of the season, and I will stand on that. But I do feel like it's much deeper than a management situation with him. The squad is awful. Barron, Sterling, Thiago Silva, and obviously the Chilwells and the Reece James who were previously at the club. There's nobody that has over 150 league appearances at top 5 league. There's an inexperienced squad. They have no CVs. There's nothing of the sort that shows that these guys, at least a large enough sample size, that shows that these guys are good enough to a point where we can say, this manager's awful, let's bin him and bring another one in. They haven't proved themselves. They're not good enough. From what I've seen of these guys, they've played under 4 managers, some of these guys, and they have not once shown that they're good players. So why are we pointing fingers at a manager who's shown in the past that he can improve players? Whether it's Sadio Mane, or he had Jay Rodriguez balling out for him, bro, for God's sake, like a Chadley and the man. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like a Kyle Walker-Peters, forgive me, sorry, not Walker-Peters. You look at the Vertongans, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like he's shown Danny Ings, Ricky Lambert, he's shown that he can, you know what I'm saying, develop players. So it's very funny to me that you guys want to bin off my man for these players that you guys swear are world class but have never proven themselves. The only person that I can say, yeah, hold your head up high, or 3 players that if I was to really start again with the squad that I'd keep, is Palmer. In my opinion, he shouldn't be the best player of the team. The fact he's our best player just shows how bad we really are. Jean-Paul Gusto, give me the light. And then Caicedo. That's there. And shout out to Gusto for that cross, by the way. He was the only player, I'll say he was the man of the match for today's game. But yeah, in terms of the management situation, it's clear as day that these men are not good enough. So, if anything, address the squad issues. Then I look at it, Pochettino's a puppet. It's the same. He's a puppet. Next person that comes in will also be a puppet. He has no say in the incomings or the outgoings of the squad. Because he was asking for an experienced striker. He wanted a Vlahovic and all of that going into the summer window. Coming out the summer window. We didn't receive that. After the Everton game, Goodison Park, when we got sexed out, he said after the game, we need at least 3 or 4 signings. It's not good enough. We need a midfielder. We need a striker. We need some centre-backs. They didn't back him in January. But I thought it was Daddy Bowley, Mr. Big Checks, this and that. Why no movement was done? In fact, there was movement done. We got rid of our second striker, who's also not good enough, sent him on a dry loan to our rivals, who doesn't even play any games, with no buy option. And then didn't bring in a replacement because we was relying on an injury-prone player who's actually not even an out-and-out 9. So now we only have one striker, who's Jackson, who's playing his first ever season as a striker as we speak. So just goes to show our situation here. We clearly need a DM. We clearly need a centre-back. We need a left-back. I still don't have faith in any of our keepers. So what are we doing here? You guys crush on the managers. Pay attention to what's going on upstairs. If you want to kill a snake, you cut the head. You guys, like, Poch is a pawn. He's a yes man. He's put in there so you guys can hold all the corn, throw all the disrespect and the blame at him, and forget the directors, forget the ownership. There's nothing to do with them. Oh yeah, these players are world class. Yeah, Enzo, young player of the tournament, because that means anything. Podolski won a young player of the tournament, for God's sake. What's Unahi done now? Huh? What's Unahi done this season? What's Amrabat done this season? What's Goncalo Ramos done this season? It just goes to show that this World Cup doesn't mean nothing. It don't hold that much weight. It's 6 games or 8 games or whatever the fuck. It actually has no value whatsoever, in my opinion. It only holds weight to, if you're from Argentina, say no more. You man be living in London or wherever the hell you tacticos live and be putting black and white pictures of Enzo saying, oh my gosh, propping a World Cup that ain't even for you. Like, have some self-respect. It's actually shameful. You know what I'm trying to say? This is shameful, blood. Like, I even like the Messi guy. I'm not screaming his World Cups. I'm not flexing his World Cups. It ain't my country. But that's what you men are doing. There's nothing. There's no sample size for majority of these players at a club level that shows they are worthy of the respect we give them to say F the manager because these players aren't good. They're just not good, period. How about that? I got funny excuses from the Enzo sexual because you know them, these guys, they don't ever give blame or accountability on their king when he has bad games. Today's excuse on the bingo card was, oh yes, he's in a new country and he had to learn the language. It's a new one. Not like you don't do intensive language courses. That doesn't happen, right? What, clown. Like, I'm sick of these excuses. Another one I heard today was, oh yeah, he played 3 days ago. You're 22 in your physical prime, and you can't run. It's nothing to do with how many days you played. You can't run. We had a 7-day or 8-day gap between the Carabao Cup final when you dropped the stinker. What was the excuse there? Oh, he's young. I thought he was world class. He balled out in a World Cup final, according to you, man. So what's the difference now? But it's the mental gymnastics, 24/7. Got asked as well. So who would you want as a manager if we sacked Pochettino? If you're not bringing me a manager of the ilk of a Mourinho, Klopp, Pep, serial winners everywhere they go. I do like the look of this Amarin guy, and I don't mind the back three thing, but is the back three thing sustainable for a project to consistently be running that for 3-4 years? Because after the second season, you get found out. First year, you can do a whole year of back threes and it's slapping. Everyone's rocking with the back five. The moment you start doing it consistently after the second season, don't work. It's not really sustainable. So I don't know. I like the way he's playing with Keras though. So if we could get them two as a package, I wouldn't complain. Pause. The Zerbi got pumped 3-0 against Fulham. We're not going to hear anything about that. The tacticos are quiet. That's why the punch out stuff isn't really loud today. Today, everyone's complaining, oh, I'm just sick and tired of where the club is. I'm losing passion of the club, oh, blah, blah, blah. But the punch out isn't that loud because their fave just got pumped 3-0 by Fulham. He's got 3 wins in his last 21 or 5 wins in his last 21 Premier League games. And this is the guy you guys want to give the keys to. Jesus Christ. These lot are unbearable, I swear to God. Xabi Alonso, if he wins the league, I'll say, yeah, I want him. If you don't win the league, then no. I have a rule. I'm very consistent with it. Guys that know we're in episode 11, the one thing about me, I feel like I say this every episode, I might have to start taking shots every time I start saying. If I mention number 8, if I mention one thing about me, I value trophies, I'm going to start taking shots. But yeah, I value trophies. If I want my manager to come in and take the keys, I want you to be an established winner. The last thing we need is some inexperienced, non-winning manager with an inexperienced, non-winning squad. It's an absolute joke. Everyone's crying on the timeline. Oh my gosh, it's so miserable. Alex Goldberg now all of a sudden super negative. Oh my gosh, I hate this. We need to start calling things out. Where were you a year ago, bruv? You was doing the brown envelope thing. Probably still are, because you would never call out these directors or the board by name or the owners by name. You will complain about the state of the club and put your fingers at the manager. But a year ago, you was running around saying 10-10 window. Oh, the ownership are so ruthless with their outgoings. Oh, this and that. Look at it now. Look at our midfield, the way we get slotted out. All it takes is one pass to go through us. Well, actually, our midfield are absolute whores. It's one pass. We're so easy. You buy a drink for us and we're freeing it up. That's what it is with this midfield. Then you look at Kovacic, starting for Man City, challenging for the title. Jorginho, starting for Arsenal, challenging for the title. It's a joke. Loftus-Cheek, challenging for the title at AC Milan. He's playing like Kaka over there. But you man wanted to ship this midfield for these unproven guys. Caicedo, shout out to you. Gallagher shouldn't be starting every week. He would have not been starting every week in midfield last season if he had this squad. If Pochettino had last season's squad, we're in the top 4 race. 100%. It's not even close. That's why it annoys me so much with this Poch talk, because it's like, are you man seeing what I see? Are you man just taking the piss out of me? That's what it must be. He must just be trying to troll me, because it's a joke. Seriously. I'm just at a point now where when it comes to the league, I'll be honest with you guys, forget it, man. The league don't matter. The only way we are qualified, like our goals, I said this when I started the channel, the goal is to win a trophy and get a Europa League finish. We bottled our chance of getting a trophy at Carabao. All the eggs have to go into the FA Cup basket. We're a game away from the semi-final. We've got Leicester. I would like to believe these guys are good enough to beat Leicester. You never know. We might get a Enzo Fernandez free kick and he backs off his shirt like Messi. What's with these celebrations as well, man? Jackson, you score a goal against Brentford after missing 2 sitters and you're shushing the fans. You clown. And now look at us, it's 2-2. You're a madman. The standards are so low. Enzo is backing off his shirt like he's Messi for a 5th round FA Cup replay in February against Villa. It's not a semi-final second leg at the Bernabeu. Calm down. Like, do you know our heritage? We got 2 stars, you know. Multiple stars, my guy. Learn your heritage, bro. It's embarrassing. But then all these Enzo sexuals are hitting up my phone first half. Oh my gosh, he's seeing this, bro. That doesn't make him good. We didn't even win the game. I wish he didn't even have a good game. He got hooked. But if Enzo has a good game, and you guys are messaging me, oh my God, this and that, raving, blood, I'm going to paint a picture for you. This is like your girl cheats on you every Saturday night. She goes out with her girls. Every weekend she cheats on you. She tells you, she lets you know in your face, yeah, I cheat on you. And it don't mean nothing because I'm staying regardless. I'm your wife regardless. You're not going anywhere. Because that's how it is with Enzo. No matter how shit he plays, he's starting every week. So, you know what I'm saying? He drops shamble of a performance at the Carabao Cup. Where's the apology, Mr. These guys are the Instagram kings. I'm surprised there was no apology for that shit show that he did. I see the backheel clip on my timeline every time and it just rattles my brain. But anyway, your missus cheats on you every Saturday night. She goes out with her girl. She lets you know, and she knows you're not going anywhere. So I'm going to let you know every single time I cheat on you. And then the one time she doesn't cheat and she stays loyal, you start calling all your boys. She didn't cheat. Yo, she didn't cheat. She's still a cheating whore. That's not changing anything. So them 20 minutes, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gets clipped up into a nice little comp. Because at the end of the day, we dropped points and you got hooked and we was better without you. So I say all of that to say, I'm out of here. I'm about to get my Saturday night going, you know what I'm saying? Go out. It's my brethren's birthday today, so we're going to get lit. So I'm out of here. I'm just, please, for the love of God, let's get together as a fan base, start calling out the directors. I'm happy that Alex Goldberg is doing these type of things. The Dubois are doing spaces right there and that. But it's not enough unless they start calling people out by name. Hopefully when they do that, people, the masses, the followers will start doing the same thing and join the crashers over here. Because there's a civil war out here. Someone asked me, explain what this crasher stuff is. It's a civil war. There's 2 factions of the fan base. There's the crashers, the right side of history, who like to uphold the standards of the club, the heritage of the club, that know that there's a squad issue, the ownership is terrible, the directors are terrible, and we've lost our complete identity as Chelsea. That's the crashers. Then we have Player FC / Angel Sexuals / Modric Sexuals, Player FC in general. It's the manager's fault. The manager system's holding them back. Trust the process. These players are world class. Tacticos. De Zerbi would be is a top 3 coach. Like, is that hive? Is that faction? There's 2 sides of history. Choose your battle wisely. That's where I'm leaving you guys. Up the crashers, up the Chelsea. Baehelpsports, done now.
Walking don't need ID, watch out for CID. I'm with that guy that's forever, you know we're sticking together, yeah.